So I was on UTV days back, and they called the lawyer of Akosia Sewa. Na lawyer Ekasim be say Lumba semna esino. I was say people didn't understand it. People are saying, why should we use Lumba's issue as a case study? And I strongly believe with a lawyer. Say asemsia, say that's not say. You're showing different angles. Na you're how in I remember when I was a radio presenter at Radio Universe 105.7 FM on Legon campus. When an issue happens, different people from different areas now also akasa about it from different sectors now omo e wono se na be ya inhibit me asua bi afem and I many member intafo abaifo MCMAINE MCKENZIE and atna say you be inkomo about a very serious issue e be efri the late Charles Kojo Fosu ike that Lumba ne issue na abano about a year marrying more than one woman. In the past, I had a conversation with them about abortion, and a modern day love, Gen Z relationship. We know me and also hang come on. Primary, na hell when I me relax na etin come no so na be ya in na bit me e sha be frame. Mr. Twins, good evening.
Good evening.
Bob to say.
Na kupon na mother room.
Ne dem wonfo.
Yes,
yes, I want to check
fresh.
You didn't come sharp cause and some dosun. I'm sure some matter say your papa e wo no. Mo tie no mo gene saying that Lumba e free mo no.
We can share what tie for no hafo. Ya share omo a also tie Mr. Twins in church na. E dey na a very typical spiritual case study. Say obi a or cult like follow to say that Lumba. It has happened so many times in the Western world. Prince Akoya no say when who make up as Obabe May, Bob Marley, Lucky Dube, Michael Jackson bebre si say who mpona sa ma na just say no na baby inspiration free no enye divine na eno so ebedi mu nchemu ama yenkomodidie mu nipa beti ase die nti asa ankofo yi no we can the likes of Daddy Lumba money Michael Jackson sa ankofo mu wu a omachi no etiti ase say omo trend mpo say omo ti asa na omo their craft or whatever it is that they were up to. Ni wo no de yedi kan Canada say so course amri. Ko ya na bo cha na translate na o ye dia dance say uni ahode. Cause yare nya de pa. Ti na ba na untimi nya nyema bia utimi kentene ho ya. Na the spirit body no ya be overtake the physical body. Na nipa so say usunsum ebedi honam no so a nipa a one ne di nchine di meko no wonte wase. They can be your wife, they can be your partner, they can be your children. Minim kola be bro mo nyom se on papa no papa mpe o masem on ne papa ntena kunyam se na e bia ye mrante ne ye mabetena se de o masie na so no kola be bro ni on papa mo say affection no. And these men, if you go and check, they were wealthy, successful, grounded men and can you do some mess idea no. And that's akunya na no mu ni bi no mo de but they couldn't do this or bond in that manner with their children. Enti no ye bebo ensam num suko na ya kire mu yi akwa ko wie animu ni akire. Yes.
You know what's it called? Let's start with if you're right and I allow polygamy, you know. Okay. In Ghana, in the Ghanaian setting, we have 3 types of marriages. Yeah. We have the customary, ordinance, and Indian criminal. I would say I think most of the countries near just the ordinance. Jen talking about the Efidian, okay. And I allow people to marry more than one. I'm for say, and idea. Ordinance there, I could bring it there.
Yeah, and the Korea won't say we have to understand that before I saw someone untimi and Kasabi, one anom abonsam and a foreign religion because foreign religion. I'm talking about Christianity and the likes. It does not also mean say Christianity no abano adeboning. It has its great benefits.
Pros and cons.
Into our traditional system. As black men, as African men, polygamy is part of our culture. As men, man is naturally polygamous in nature. Now, polygamy, no. Even us, I want people to know that, yeah, you're not even the right person to discuss polygamy. If you say, you will have to be a polygamist to speak about how polygamy is truly. But, it can be from a spiritual perspective. Yen chere ya adwen e wo niemem abrabo asetenem anase yen ko obi fie nsem ye ka obi fie nsem o obi fie nsem e na ide betena ne ye ka enye obi fie nsem ne ye ka sunsumu ensem a e wo obi fie nsem ye de nchekere de ama ekirefo. Now polygamy no Zion, it was for adding value to our lives. And remember, any African men, any our culture, no, they were marrying more than one wife, 2, 3, 4, 5, because they wanted to add value. They were marrying women for their value.
Biologically.
But then, no, polygamy now, people can marry 3 wives. No, they are valueless women.
At TikTok.
3 women, or 3 wives. No, we egun nchen. Wait on Jenny, wait on Meku, wait on Bayre. There is no value in that. And pay for nobody can polygamy, no, and no, only polygamy to add value. We or academic akra, we fee and kun, obia what your Solomon, our road worry with the beno. One worry or Baba Cope, and now one tribe pet, different tribes, different religion, different talents, different gifts. Obia, I did your debate, duet, the soup and then the muscle. It is sana our road etie. Our road is not just for obia obitimi. And yes, we sika can abitimi. Sika you need that first and foremost to be able to have all these multiple women, because 2 women can't share the same kitchen. I mean, I'm using that as an analogy. Say, it's a ma etna kitchen, but I'm using that as an analogy. Say a ma, you know, you find a traditional women usually will stick to the kitchen or be housewives. 2 women can't share the same kitchen. And you know, ahoto adwuma so obe ware do etinu yen ko mpo apart from ahoto no so no eye sunsum ene de ware e maro do enye pleasure. People now venture or initiate themselves into polygamy because of pleasure, lust, because of akono. Malam bi wose opetuntu opetieti opesi is not because of that. It is an edition so weba papa that Lumba it wasn't polygamy. It's strictly just a man being a man.
Man having secret relationships.
Man having concubines.
I'm confusing polygamy with secret marriages or secret relationships.
There be.
Polygamy is also obiara aware.
Yes.
Me a bear man and marry or buy a friend man Zion, marry or buy a friend Macmina. They are both aware.
And mostly it's the woman who even initiates that we need another person in this house. Ebi efia no me bre adwuma wa me bre ebi am yonim difo miwura kope obi a wako school adu university pana be ka ye ho yinya emadodo ye mamianui omu nyini se ye ninka kope be ema na initiate polygamy obi a onim nananom nim a kire stem ni fi asem ni say polygamy ye ma amenom na initiate say polygamy enye nenam nanom de me ma ne koya otwantro ma wade ye yere ha ma adwen odo be kan wi a afei no reveal a chemi obi a okofo oba foforo ko ware na o ka kire oba ne say odindu fi o ka kire ne yere foforo panyin o won say me sister no o ware wi a na betene fi wa ana bo so yere panyin no eti no aware do no enya ade a edi hinta nye secret relationship eti no ye papa da Lumba ne ladies no ma before no enye polygamy is strictly a man having a concubine. And sometimes me wo say same way koso no enko for the interview na you can discuss polygamy no okay the Zion you go die no e dey audio na McKenzie ka
second wife bia
sankwas omudi twa lady no second first concubine ma odobroni no empoa e ba cho munti ya na tena manzan kai ye say kan second wife no me pa cho second wife no nyanim guase sa munti bibi sa asem na na ye kan you cut a piece of the information and you spread it out for your own personal agendas. But a second wife, a first wife can be a second wife. 7 previous sir. So me rabba me be second wives. O me sankwas. 7 previous sir. And go forward be o me mpanyfo a o me second wife.
First wife one sa usuman o be ma kono antwa so o be go for second wife. Ama wo be dane sankwas no.
First wife na utima sankwas.
The first wife utie me a wo di agro be sankwas. First wife utie me a wo di agro o be sankwas.
First wife be with my sankwas. First wife does not necessarily, second wife does not necessarily mean say obi akọ ware no to aware do so. Wo betimi aware be ma na na first wife. Na o spend time the second wife ehun more than wo first wife. Are you not the second wife? First wife utie me a na wo kunu. Wo na first wife. Na second wife ehun more than you are. Have you not automatically
first wife utie me be ma yare. Want me antena no ho. A space gap of about 10 to 15 years, over a decade. Aba second wife na akotena ho Why about the second wife? You just don't know it. And I saw a lady portraying a marriage court ordinance document. That's very pathetic. Sunsum, I mean, Casimir without my tea. Sunsum, they did not recognize all these more certificates. It's a bemebia, the instrument we did PM baby on pen home conquer court, na cousin sign, ya war Debbie. Sunsum, near those things does not, no, it does not necessarily tie anybody down. Bembo Sunsum Pano, Unum de a yet recognition, man. Commitment, truthfulness, any spiritual alignment, and then the correct, yes, they are what kind to be witty. On share kawa, the wish of putting so much and penalty. Oh, recently, man, I watched it, and then recently, but it's been a very old interview. I watched Honorable Ken make a joke about maybe a sro made a microphagia and sro me. That is a truthful man. I've also seen other women, I say, Dr. Koko, Tianwari, or money are there. Into the media can soon these things, these court sign ya dia no. Eno de hunamu enyina so ne bosse bia wo do bi me chairman. Wo sia oba na wo yama no. Entina be ma beti no waware. Mo sansan krata. Enso no afo wachi. Na still do me ni wusu no be blesse ne wo. Ensa hwe na brabo no. Because nyame o sunsunfo. And those who worship God must do so in spirit and in truth. Aware ka edan ajepade ni nyina wiase fefede. Emma kwa se nipa. But our dear, any sanya money na we are fed for heaven. Understand this. Kawari dipako heaven. Case bank or marry and son neighborhood. Some of these things you say you are Christians and you don't do your research. You will understand that the institution of marriage is respectable only in our society. Our dear na ebi chebim puano. Your society ya na ye animunyama de ma you ya be before na ye fan kintin. Na social statistics say we are here. Abrofa what dey put gina chain before there. And so my point was no ma worry. $50 pena. O ma we no ma sensan come. No traffic light no ma video na cover era. E say die. It be correct. Succeed oni entare nyina no. Enkosi aga na ibe we na make am promuntwa wan ka. Make for down one. Understand something. Our dey sunsun de. Enti na sunsun mu no. Obi o sunsunfo obi ya na obi o very like superstitious and so aligned with the spiritual power no or growth no. Say obedi ni kura chiro ba no ehia na mo chen say awade. And also let's understand something. Ehia na mo ma na ye ma me no. Oba bi obi say awade kwan so and so ba bi ampo ni wiase no. Odwen say be ma chiti e wono so a. Be ma we die. Ni sum bi wiase da. Be ma we die. We bronsam, we discipline, we say no. Listen, you're not ready for marriage. It does not also give liberty to men to cheat and think that is their nature. And you're right on all parts. But understand that man is polygamous in nature. Me dem won nyina mo ambobibi. Na danko uko fa danko a oyi be ma baako na oyi ma miensa. We be no wanyi mo nyina. Emponchi enyan a lot of animals. That should tell you that nipa be ma sanity. But a man with discipline and a bit mini oba baako atena for a very long time. A quite long time. Single marriages. Enumpo no Muti about contrast for 20-30 years about financial na polygamy. Polygamy a idea a di adwendwen any a rewoni nim guase de ba nipa abra boso. To one audience of polygamy. You can go check it or komansa. Why? But because it's only natural. You can't take two beautiful women and pin them against every couple here to make us say. I had a couple I was working with, a spiritual work. And I'm catch him say, Obama no person or Nick. New wife no e fa yonko na me say omanyum obase yen say no say ni za abone no ni pebere be omako awore mo bre mo wiaso mo hu mo no nyina no eye koratwe basabasa no ene sa ne manyema no because sa multiple marriages sa ne ma no enye ni pebia no so ye bi na nyen say we kremoni enti no ka say polygamy is in man's nature but it is a choice. Yes, it's a choice. Say mefa mami you mefa mam a choice enti wonni ana nye sika ana dey polygamy dabi ana susu ana dey polygamy susu agro obi po ba no de be ye na eba wo ana polygamy no susu agro na ye no yan bia ya no nka obi no ya polygamy a ekoyi a obi no akada obi odi polygamy bia no bia no enkosi aga and they are valueless women and mo twa ho hia and be dwa no if you have valued women around you it's a secret agenda. And boa ho senya kopo be boa wa sa agenda no ebe agenda akopem se ubenya dance di wo enye sa polygamy nya de kasa wo ho
now jenhwe our space now you find the source especially with home you very popular so more gifting especially with the member man dey so so ubenya member too
and so Polygamy is there. In South Africa, women can marry more than one woman.
In Ghana, they want to add this about number 2.
I guess
I'm going to see.
I didn't try for
man.
By okay, emphasis celebrities in Memano. Why is it say like most of them?
A man on
Baba 2, 3, you know, kaboons. Is this some spirit be a day a cast start on one fame one as a day?
We don't remember Baba who's in me.
You never could die. And the Kremazion. Yentiana say, spirits are more than Yanipa. Now, Onipa baby asana or the Adumba. If we use a very clear example with Yaya Papa that Lumba. It is Nina was soon out to soon small or soon the Tia, but in every relationship or in every sexual orientation, even with there are multiple women. I know a beard about. And in all the sexual energies, and no one is free.
Why do you think if that Lumba found
who's that Lumba can't see a book of Moses? What is be kind?
He was a conjurer.
No,
that
conjurer
Lumba was a spiritualist. So how do you expect? He was possessed. Possession. A father Lumba.
There is a
video.
There is a video. I want to point people's attention to a video. There's a video where that Lumba went to perform somewhere at somebody's birthday or something. Now, Konubo or the Bruni Ben. Now, Ben or the need to say, Bay, no, we shouldn't hear Sapana or near. Who say,
that Lumba 7 previous now obey Fita. And then the man in Yumuno, Utia, now was Yegu. And the mountain in Yumna, now was Anquanoma, also born one to Abrabum. And now born in Yumna, one who say, and I was your phone at a dog. You know, the song, the inspiration that comes from this artist.
And where do you think it comes from? It comes from
God.
The multiple energies are all tapping, which is a man. The name now was centered on women, womb men, WOMB. Now the man was womb man. And then they are to soon into a Cassandra or practical and man, practicality, no, any award one name ma. And we had the extra, just a triple pro. As what dear drew near say, a draw with the Untimin Jaw 9, just 7 days. No, go down 9 hours where you drew money. It's something like that's a very traditional thing. That's only one. Sometimes,
Papa, you don't so free. And I'm pretty. Honestly, no, soon my form. No, you be. I got a remaining.
I shouldn't have said, I'm ringing young, Bibibo. Oh. Look it up. A Buddhist Sadata Honyama. Buddha,
people think he was just saying Bibibo. Or fresh Susu, Papa Manabonenko, or fresh Susu, Omco stage of Koboso Abuchi, almost free home. I'll do my money and pay for them. What was
you be dangerous. And so ending or say 111666. Yes, I see. The free, the Catholicism, I shall say, personal conjuration.
I realized that Susan and paying for Kwame Nkrumah, I'm actually demo and paying for to me now. They have been doing it for a very long time. You know, buying a day show off and they are training. They are TikTok and they are TikTok on the side interview with me. But on yes, and that's why their songs could change people's life. And then you might be on my home. On my Kwasiaki can go. Among you, a sunny papa because not so sweet actually. You know, the shut one payaguso, Gobosto or Hakobosto or Hadamon, some Kaguso, I pay any pakra, because soon actually. And all of them. Some of these old artists, they were going to Falakuti Shrine in Nigeria.
Kalakuta Shrine.
To go and worship there.
I'm actually the kind.
You
said you went there
several times to go there, pray and all that stuff. And Nakojo and Chumunina, all of them, they are believers. They align themselves with the ancestral powers. They align themselves with the true. I know my right.
Yes.
I'm always right.
Yes.
Narcissist behavior.
Yes.
Yes.
My line and narcissist now. Or boo, we are no crocodile. That's what you people don't do.
That's why people can tell that. Oh no, spiritual behavior.
So how do people quote unquote fight this spirit?
Yes.
Affecting negatively.
I like that. You see, you assume you're you see, if you don't master your energy will master you.
If you don't master your spirit
will master you. Actually, you will be so when to me and sell so dinner and no so. And for creatives, for artists, for 1 hour actually be the only way to master yourself with actually a one so pamo adofun free chain say unya de a ochina mpo no say wo hyefo mu a edi injunction beto kwete so nti no you have to learn how to master yourself. Mastering yourself is only being more spiritual than you are with the publicity. But you focus so much on as I tell you a pacto gift no.
So
material gift no.
You think that how that Lumba was any different than
that Shatawalimu? Any stone boy money?
Passive aggressive nature. That Lumba's own was more of I withdraw back into my cave and then I detach myself from family. I don't know how to say funny pound and I find say abandon the family. It's all part of spirit to be honest and then the bang etie. And so no one cha I feel I'm kind in the beginning so obey body no de no a oye no so manzan de offer na offer back obey manzan de na free ho because what do purpose will be now your body have to serve the spirit now if you dey so sooner obi anim so manzan offer na offer back no oye no now if you dey manzan verse bi a say offer no a offer back I was asa but soon na happen we be taking over the body our body ni ko wom sanity. And people don't to obey obi na o show na ade bi soronku bi it comes to the bed. That's the price that you have to pay for having such a gift.
McKenzie McMahon na me no mudi nkomo about polygamy and spiritual effects. Now, mami emusao when it becomes divine contract between humans and spirits now, how do we break it?
The thing is, in the beginning, people can't be. I'm sure say tie I can mazan I can make me I can be wa hwe bi ka say rade mame na masentre. These are very common words I bomb I catch nyame.
I unconscious
nyame I can initiation. So when you kasa asem le pe wo be ye kese wo be successful ba beti wani na wa hwa anya abrofo Hispanic out 5 only black American how would this contrast soon na wakasa asem ya kire no nyame honkonkron na wakasa asem ya kire no how is he going to manifest it
by letting you be a local artist
ututu kwan uhihie wo beti wani na abrofo 5 awo abrofo 10 awo 25 na omai 25 na wontimi mpone ba ako entena fie January to Bob Mali so many children and you know how to not how to uninitiate ourselves from this unconscious divine contracts is only one way. The words are the power, the words are the spell, the spellings are the spell. Into over spell it, over cast a spell into the universe. You have to be certain that I didn't make me pay. Ready? Besa mema had na me nkwade a wade fo nkwade be peme wade me peme mema omuni yire no be peme obepe pe uni say the only yire no obepe no ono na be shase the emotional intelligence obesua firi wonchen ne mood swings obesua firi wonchen bibi bia eye e kan say obema enyini abe opanyini mu no ono na ebesua nti obeso ahepa na wo so hwemu na be kire say wo no ene be akọ wiase to the end and I say eventually we konya odoburu ni bia ono betimi aye dey aka tenase na watenase because let's be honest most women no me be share obrase no they tend to know you so well that uktian kra want it and it's natural. It's very natural. Young kugro krano, obu anidi agora dum pepeso obi a. So wan sim pintipa ntwana amwa. Wan hwe bedem na wa kan kwase agoro bi anan kwase a agudie bi a woni no. Na the woni when wan akofom. Sanity. Until we have to watch our word, our spells. Or say ask and it shall be answered. Until asking, we have to be careful of how we are wishing.
That is why a lot of people in the music industry, in the entertainment industry, a man particularly, a man does na more TV so din and I remember those on my wadi jinada. Omo atoka washe no den nam. A man so mo ware na aware a good 5 years after that one TV so it's because of these things. Untimi o star na koso pe understand that the price to pay for these things e bi ni sa we no. So many flats.
So you bemana edu point now. What do? You embrace it or you try as much
as a man, unimu Jenny Awokwa, also pel bar or betwasi. And ma muti me be wiase. You can go and get coffee. Kwame. Men kofa obia unimse. Obi kura hunida. And so I ready so huna. How than on better. Such a man comes with a certain kind of star and adumi and media dominance. How do you know dia? That Lumba star and fame was not for only one man, one woman. Mm-hmm. If you do not understand this, that means that a lot of women are in denial. If you are in denial, you are able to who saying, "Baby, we should say, "Wah, we do go generate skill show. She now shows the mind, na person and that. Now why I go fana no go tawa him. Now people person kwa jiboswa. Who can I say? Also, Jano, let him fly. Love is freedom. When he flies away, he will come back to you. women don't have this understanding. A lot of women, some do. Some women, some have this understanding that akwa wedi. Be ma okwa bontin a uyonku ma uyonku na fufuo, they will show interest in him because of spiritual status. No talent. Adumo nyame na dema. Untimi ko die duro enkotu bosum enkotu spirit and will be so untimi fan show so. It will be so and deba. And it comes with its own price that you pay. It comes with its own sacrifice that you pay for. And that comes with detachment from your family. And you'll be what you didn't hear, nobody touching home. But as time goes on, you start to trace your roots back into the no more shows in the bar.
Yes, see, allegedly, so packing him up as you go to Germany.
They're becoming more family, they're becoming more family oriented, they're becoming more peaceful. Soon soon enough, you know to call. One for comma, do Messabia, soon soon to call up, you know, or they're football. Have you know the Ekasa, or the some for a year, no more year aunties, hey, or check by year, or is it a bear crap in a soon soon under Joka crap, more relax enough, you know, or the Casaye, any football. Sana soon be at you.
Will you advise celebrities about this polygamy thing or move from Hushin?
There, celebrity be with my polygamy. Already they are in an unconscious polygamy because celebrity away in Pono or baby basso besponzano. I want anyone to home, I want a music project home. When so buy your baby and yet don't know, and yet anyone end do or pen. You know as a man when a woman comes to you with professional requests and you know if they're actually interested in seeing you naked. You know this. And when you people get wet, women get wet, listen to that Lumba songs. You can't tell me that men get people fall in love with people before they meet them. It's when you understand these things that a spirit or sorrow and you mean a different home. And on the commotion, Lucifer, the I was on four, Nanum, Omodi, and you and a friend, and no ma, sorry, praise and worship, and then shall see, and they are sorry, and you a mantra, repetition of the same words, a stimulated word, yes. And Crampo, and say autism about baby, because of music and because of rhythm. Send a plane, it's a new word, it's in a new idea. Obi or you possessed in some way, in some form. And you are only going to see it if you accept that it's a spirit language. Therefore, it will come with its own translation. It's one who should be fused. Let's be honest. See, also who should. When the spirit is awakened, or do now one can see your also, what the Yaji Bruno Yanina, or did Bruno Samu, Susum no sanity, sanity, and Susum Yami, the universal cause, the universal plus sanity. When MCKENZIE McKenzie has a young course to a year means a you go, couple of foreigners, last for near homes and so. I'm sure we've talked at length in our past video and because of Boha. So, in this case of say, or Bema or polygamous, I'm perceiving a Nedi Shishuaba, saying San or so here. What are the negative side of it when it comes to the spiritual aspect of Nisayigo?
Abortion is very dangerous. Or maybe our you say good Dabiano. You be saying it is hunger. Papa no Bonin Rabbit me up to Ahoma. I saw a minute anytime. I do say what worry. Say, what are you crying? It's so she. They say, we recall it all the excess. We sign anymore. And let us very clear. What I said, a tall yam and a wee tool, and I say, I know I've seen people take out fetus. I know just say the back to what fetus no back in a way as I say, a yabe ni parts. Oh, temperature. I've seen things. Now, so what do you say? Abortion, no? Something medical and something just a personal thing. Why I want to clear to move on? It's a big lie. It's so contracts. Yami abodie or a garden or yam, and on the new buying, the plants and whatever a goom. It's a bit. Who pass out water soon now? Will be having sex with you unprotected. Into one ma will be about water garden. I'm a garden and a sonoa. Cocoa be ana, tomatoes be ana. Cantaloupe beef for our own penal. Ask God. Say, ready? Me ready. Financially, emotionally, this person, I don't have that contract with them. I say, yeah, the baby we are seeing this moment. It's me, be here, you want it. And I'm telling you, there are things that in the name of Jesus, any Namia Jaban echo, and you are dear in your spiritual direction. And Peudi, and no crab, no crabian, or submarine, and a better soon you might put your obey a massadina away.
And doesn't matter how longer we hear abortion. No? So why 10 years ago, 5 years ago, there are 24-year-old women, girls, my abortion equal 6. Since that time I used to interview them. And you know, and yeah, almost a baby we are seeing, infants a baby we are seeing. When you have been miscarriage back one me be infants. And I want us to be said that in your home, I back with their phone. Men, yes, or Jaco, and your idea because I didn't know who can you sorry. Yes, see. When you want a bond, can a pie bond, can be a quaff on it, Nelson, after the book, can wish him with your only blood can sanctify. Blood begets blood. And that's what do you? Our dear book, our enemy, say, be an idea, obey ye and what they cry. Now, what's my eye, and our enemy. Bearman of our own opponent, on no more because the human in Pigeon and Abrabo, Sunday, a best sunny sea, slope. Rise and fall, but Abraham sir. Remember the bet one my everybody beno, and my born one tell my abortion one country that. Also, come because of a barbage into one country. Barbage agata. I didn't know why you be that. Was me be that. And I didn't bet to have no be an ass. And I'm not here as some mean you can make us me. And no baby and any way channel. Yes. And no down, and no baby and any way channel. Yes. About why abortion. So many calls on one can. And now, I'm going to you, Siganibi. I'm not sure about it. Then there's a full promotion, and maybe on the move. And maybe me about lock. One no we take one as in Pomana, over brown was it. But who is spirit? Also, your back. Who never win them? Who is spirit? Also, I am master. Who never win them? Who is spirit? Over Yerechi. We are so spirit and what they jail. And a brand of baby. Or you my best, when you my best.
With the case of Nisaribono, a man can affect you as a member.
Affecting men and more. Beman called this cry also go to be show. So if you don't do it, me and you are done. I'm quite a woman. Zion, up a pow, say Bobi. Who will be able to pass over to El Pound. Difference be any. Who will be able to say, Motom, Cotate, no go on tap to a traffic difference be any. What more passing you couldn't be? You couldn't be, or by any soon of second, or what you say. We're premeditated you, murder, first degree, you know. What's up, Panian or Bana, the Osana Kumabe, 2-3 months. I'll be on this. Why they wouldn't who as a you're consoling her, you are retiring the sadness. Unusobejano. Bema Kroba cry, abortion, Krama, Sabi, or don't want to cry if you so. Yes, a member may abortion if they cry, me be the way I say. But the member may say they know that to buy abortion, the stand Adam. If few so almost about him. Members do so many marry abortion. I was Obejano. And my daughter and members of your abortion. Umzumoti. Yaudi and sign code that I should tell you that a yapam will not be a cogina and swim cofinia mucho monster. I love you, baby. I love you too, baby. Okay. One difference be Munina, Mwami, Muja, and the best shame.
Is it Obana Bemano, Jenna, Ombe after say, my bed 4 5.
You need to pay back the price. Yes. Interest over the years, interest. We are abortion 3, Unyakusiami and Sa. We are abortion 4, Unyakusian 9. Yeah, can you be to all? Come, man, come for Tokosia and fun was said. Would it be power abortion? Let's sign an amateur yet. And Pabudi Chili and imagine a year. Akrabia, so soon what we Akrabua. Also cleansing now sitting woman. They get sick kids because of the prior abortions they did. There are a lot of people with sick children. We are abortion. Never cook me as a twasso. Nagasaqua. Omo first pregnancy. We go. Or the bear man put him no. Omo be sad and sack count. I can't. Top Abrano, I will tell you. No, I share. Next time, no appear on one ban. Mola baby number. Or no, and cry for Ben Papa Boom as punishment. I could about a choice. Sana maybe about a choice. But one year from Yamia Domino. Because of abortion, your year, but on country. The book when you was oh, mammy, abortion, you decay, one to you will, and I fell by. It is only do a chintra over here. Or say that to toy, or say that Sunday steps at the Toy Bianca, you send a say. But I say, get a buyer. Why look? Why look? I say, Bema pen on Nanda, 1 penny. Now, why Bema bonnet morning? Yes.
Only STD so that wrong kwa condom.
The member na mugi say ade afu bikum kwase.
Komote.
Ade afu
bikum.
What I
Me de to ano, eti abra boy sa no.
E ma kama biribi. Hwe TikTok bi feeder. E ma kama biribi. No mu show mu. Ti mi wo ba kama na wo ware ya. Na mi ho fa. Mu say problem wo. Yes.
Yes.
TikTok so bie na wo share man to kama no for
it
is the case.
What problem? What the problem? And now what to talk na one person. And obi am hell. Me dem be spiritual. Ti mu say wo problem pa. I say roba we kura po ni sunsun. Na adom ne star enye.
I say akroba we ko mo te ko ware na obi wa to so because what the one num si sana.
Oba yare to so. I say roba we ni fie yare bone wo ho no.
Wo chant na. Ememba me ne krachi, me ne bema. Enti mema ben ko ano.
Mo hwe physical do to ko Instagram ko TikTok na hu maka na wona. Chem, munya se mu di yami o mu di.
Ko mo te chem.
O hwe me abrante o phone so. The be outro hi my good morning, good afternoon, o mo reply. Who so ba we o ma me wataba. Who so ba we o be fu o e na o tufu. O be se o block you, o be se o sell abrabo.
Ka ko dem person sini na no mo fiu.
Yeah, but using Lumba's issue as a case study, what do we learn from it? We won't find ourselves in any problems spiritually with the polygamy. You know?
We'll come back to the same, the introduction of this talk, which is master your energy, master your spirit, or your spirit will master you. Who are chedie, or any munyambia or sha. Say any munyambu nyamba or brabosum, sebi. Na ma pekreding. Let us be very frank.
Yeah.
Let us be very, very frank. And remember, on ya dumbini, numbia, or two, ye bini, if you move be out, ye bini something that you did out there. And our Sunday forces, ama what time? Then so when you remember, they will probably want to kiss your feet. Say, when
a grace, no,
a grace.
Don't take it for granted. I'm of a bengo. A grace, aura. And they can say, you know what, I'm of a bengo. But those things, these gifts, they come with a spiritual bondage and spiritual marriage. We say the more why I'm Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't have worry. They consult themselves through years. So Cristiano Ronaldo, over retire, and I have worry. People don't understand these things. The video has a beautiful wife. Every other day he's in the news about something else. You think that you're content enough. Forget about men be polygamous in nature, which is psychological. But discipline men will be as remember one nigga they are transfer 5 years. Offer the cheap bear 1 and I 2 pair. Obi dear, Busumi be a chino. Usumi be many baby. Offer the rich beer, what to come from.
Wow.
Yes, offer the rich beer, what to come from. You can't tell me that men are faithful, but men's faithfulness depends. And yet as a mad or bad to me, man could damn than in China. This is Jantra. Edding.
So Jantra forgets, yeah. Which is as if we cheat out.
I'll cheat. About the cheat.
If you break my heart, I'll date your father.
That Lumba maybe say, we will start marrying one, and my bonnie, we will start marrying 2, 3. What are you with her? Worry me and son. Tristan, remember who worry me and son. Don't forget to put us in your list. Remember? A
mass spiritual marriage.
A Marcus has someone say they're just trying to be petty. You can't take sides when it comes to these things. If you ask them, you are on TikTok, you think that you have an opinion on it. Your opinion has to come from a personal experience, meaning advice. That is all. But polygamy, and you need to be able to my polygamy. We are hidden point, just with my polygamy. That be. Some traditional this thing that because they are traditionally this, they are entitled to polygamy.
Now, conform as your friend and not come. Befi, confocus your power before so be uno. No, can't say me chile, and the bosom say, or catch the bosom so worry me, and the bosom say, and I'm uncle. In your copy, or no crave than me, who US are, who UK, who UK, because who US. Bosom Nippon say, Nippano, or in a quarry, you pet, which I'm through. And you know, I saw probably built on my worry, or any go, as you are sending spirit. Having one wife, one woman, there will always be only one queen bee. You cannot have. There's only one queen to a kingdom. You understand? And eventually, when we na, born in the latter part of your life, it better Lumba there in the beginning when we in them. Not we say, Teresa. Eventually, with time, you realize that maybe our mother, Akusia Sewa, after up until the latter part of his life, you realize maybe this. And the dog for pay a man. What you know? Some of these stories you will not. When you name the entire. You know, when name or remember, could I marry Mutu my fasting? You say, how many of you thought you were going to marry the man that took you out with virginity? You thought he was your true love. According to the virginity, the man I ever worried. You didn't marry him. Now you are preparing yourself for your true love again.
good. Until but you thought in the beginning, no. How about now? We lose virginity, man.
It's the style. How the man in special styles.
Because mo ya pama.
Yes.
Because what do virginity man? I don't think so. Pam can be able to. But now you sit there and you regret so much about the man that you gave your virginity to. Yes. So don't be quick to judge.
My contact details in case will be contact mystic twins.
The number is 0247 903 263. 0247 903 268.
With my friend, with questions, Sadisunya, any other day, over so they're ready.
What was social media handles?
Mystic Twins, baby. Go for me, we are not sure message.
Yes, I didn't battle. You will be Zanga, like his only crumsa. Yan through Biase, battle, who be a phone. Omodi number, no much of Mrs. Battle, you be a one pie mouth, no be a found, yes, I am, battle, mammy, papa, yes, sir.
Mackenzie and McMahon, and I didn't more about spiritual side of a polygamous people and abortion. Abortion they didn't come up here on YouTube with me, Ashe, and reading as I'm sure you've learned something out of it. I must say, any phobia, the any council, any day. Bye bye.